One of my goals this winter for growing indoors is to grow a more well-rounded selection. So I want to continue to grow my chamomile, and I want to grow all different types of herbs. I want to grow food, especially tomatoes and peppers and the things that I like to eat. I've even started some broccoli because I have successfully grown those in an Aerogardens. And I want to get some kohlrabi going. I just want to have a cornucopia, so to speak, of food growing in the house. And that includes not just growing hydroponically, but in soil as well. So, but to that end, if that's my goal, then obviously my Aerogardens are going to play a huge role in helping me meet those goals. While I can grow some things in soil in the house, and I'm doing pretty good at that, I do find that growing in hydroponics is fairly easy, and I have so many systems as it is. And so between my indoor soil growing and my indoor hydroponic growing, in the end, I want to have a well-rounded cornucopia of food. In this first Aerogarden, I have some Siamese dragon mix lettuce up front, and then in the back there in the blue container I have some fenugreek going. In the center I believe I'm growing another Ashvarsky pepper, and then on the end there is the cutie patootie spicy glow basil. In this AG sprout in the back row, I have two 42-day tomatoes started. In the second row, I have some thyme. And then in that center middle row, the third one, I have some rose mint. In this AG Bounty, I have a tomato plant from last year. I don't even know how old it is now, but it's the vertical variety. It's determinate, and it's still producing. Basically, all I do after every flush is that I go ahead and cut the plant back because it does keep growing outside of the unit, but then it grows back once I do a big chop. In this AG, I'm using it to start some tarragon. I got the seeds from Aerogardens, and then I have my 3 little succulent plants. In this Aerogarden, I am growing some mixed lettuce that me and my fur baby have been enjoying. This right here is a chocolate habanero, and I grew this for a friend of mine over the summer. I only got 2 fruits, but there's more on there now. It's a gorgeous plant, And I watched him eat those peppers without any water. His mouth wasn't burning or anything. But even though I'm not going to eat the peppers, I'm going to keep this plant and keep trying to grow him some more peppers. In this Aerogarden, I'm using it to start some plants for outside. I got some blue curled kale there, and that's some savory, some Casper kale that didn't come up yet. And there's some Ragged Jack kale that's looking really good. And then behind it is another savory plant. Would you get a load of these two monsters? These are two pepper plants in one Aerogarden Bounty. On the left, I believe I have a poblano. And then on the right, I have a jalapeno. I've been using the jalapenos to make my own hot sauce. And then the poblanos I've been drying to put into different spices. Or I've just been cutting it up and putting it into different meals. But I've been removing the seeds and the white fibrous part on the inside of the pepper, because I don't care for the amount of heat that comes with that pepper. It's a little too much for me. But yeah, doing really good with these plants. I have a fan on them to make sure that the flowers get pollinated, and it's working very well for me. In this AG, I'm growing a Benny Kadima watermelon. I've grown these indoors before, not in an Aerogarden, but I'm going to give it a try. I grew one earlier this summer, and it worked out very well, so I'm trying it again, but using the Aerogarden. Right here, I'm growing various varieties of lettuce and a couple different varieties of kale. I don't think I'll be moving these outside. I think I'll just grow these in the house for as long as I can. In this Aerogarden, I am growing a number of different herbs. Got some savory going on and some marjoram. In the front there on the left, I have some oregano. In this final Aerogarden, in the back, that tomato is the golden heirloom, and that's a Aerogarden variety. Then in the front here, I believe I have a 42-day tomato. Between the two, I have a number of choys and some Ethiopian kale, some collards as well. And then in the back there, I have two red nasturtiums. Initially, I thought I was going to move those outside, but I think I want to grow those in the house if I can and have something pretty growing in the house over the winter. We'll see how it goes. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing what all I had growing in my Aerogarden units. I'm really excited about growing indoors this winter. I need to go back and look at what I did last year. I don't remember, but I remember it being fun, and I grew quite a few things. I intend to do the same this year. Happy growing to you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.